The 5 most profitable ways to make money on YouTube aren't about how many subscribers you have or how many views you bring in. It's about having a consistent business model and system that can turn your content into revenue. Over the last 5 years, while growing my own channel to 150,000 subscribers and working with over a dozen educational creators, I've tried out nearly every way you can think of to make money on YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to share the 5 most profitable and sustainable business models for this year. I'll walk you through each one, tell you all about how you can get started, and even help you pick which one is best for your channel. Now, for a long time, the main way that people made money through YouTube was through AdSense, where you made a cut of the revenue for the ads shown on your videos. But now that's completely changed, and the people who are making the most money from YouTube aren't even taking AdSense into consideration. So pulling up one of my higher earning videos from my main channel, you can see that every 1,000 views on this video earns me just $11.20. That's this RPM here. So taking that number into account, if I wanted to go full-time on YouTube with this channel using just AdSense, how many views would I need? Assuming that full-time is around $5,000 a month, because that's the average US salary, I would need 446,000 views on my channel to hit that number every single month. Now, yeah, of course, some creators are able to hit that level consistently, but it takes a long time to reach that level. And more importantly, views are very unstable. If you have a bad streak of uploads and your views get cut in half and you're relying on AdSense, that means your revenue also gets cut in half. And going full-time with an income like that isn't ideal, because that means you can't pay your bills. And if you have team members and people helping you, you don't want their wages, their livelihoods to be depending on you consistently succeeding every single month. So for the 5 business models we're going to be looking at, there are 3 important criteria we need to hit. First, you should be able to make money from day one. We don't want a long period of buildup and growth before you're able to make a single dollar. Instead, we want to pick models that are going to allow you to earn money from your very first video. Second, your business shouldn't depend entirely on viewership. Other business models rely more on trust and attention and just your relationship with the audience. So if we can lean into those as our primary source of income instead of views, it's a lot more sustainable. And third, you should be able to scale this over time. Let's face it, some business models are better than others for scaling. And so if you want to grow a business, we want to pick a business model that's going to allow us to scale and earn more revenue over time. So without further ado, the first business model I want to talk about is online coaching. This business model revolves around teaching your experience or skills or knowledge to other people, whether it's one-on-one or in a group setting. So let's say you've mastered a skill, which can be literally anything, by the way. It could be piano, woodworking, auto repair, fishing, gardening, interior design. You can make money by imparting the knowledge and skills that you have in that area to other people to get them up to your skill level. Personally, I've been doing online coaching for just under a year and a half now, and last year it was my largest source of income, making me over $65,000. To me, this business model just makes sense because I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher, and as I've gotten older, I love mentoring and training people in the skills that I have. So teaching people how to grow their own YouTube channels and imparting those skills is a natural way for me to make money. And the best part about this business model is that it checks the first 2 boxes for what we're looking for pretty much right away. Because when you're teaching someone else a skill or sharing your experience, views aren't what matters. Your trust and experience level and the results you've provided in the past is far more important than the level of views you're bringing in. To show you this in action, a life and business coach that I've personally been working with for the last 4 or so years told me a story in one of our conversations about how he'd posted a video, and within the first 9 views on that video, he'd had someone reach out to him. That person reached out, got on a sales call, and ended up buying from him. And all it took was 9 views. He didn't need a huge audience. just 9 views on that video was more than enough. Now, personally, I wouldn't bank on going full-time from just 9 views per video. I think you can probably aim a bit higher than that, but it shows that your experience and your trust with your audience is far more important than anything else. But with that said, if you want to succeed with this business model, it's important that you pick a very specific audience and niche down. Because I guarantee that no matter what skill you have or what skill you teach, if you search it up on YouTube, there's going to be other people making videos about it and offering a similar service. So instead of trying to beat out the competition and be louder than everyone else, start by speaking to someone very specific instead. Imagine you're in a park, right? And that park is super busy. There's hundreds, thousands of people there, and you're trying to get one person's attention. Is it easier for you to pick up a megaphone and blast your voice as loud as possible so you reach that person? Or is it easier to just find that one person and speak directly to them? It's easier to speak to one person. And that applies to YouTube as well. It applies to every business model we're going to look at in this video. Take, for example, this YouTube channel right here. When I started it a few months ago, I built it around YouTube growth, generally, not very specific at all. And I realized that the audience I was building and the people I was trying to target wasn't very specific. It wasn't the people who were going to buy my product. So instead, I've shifted this channel now to focus on helping creators who make educational content to go full time with their YouTube channel. I'm not just speaking to YouTube creators. I'm not just speaking to educational YouTube creators. I'm speaking to a very specific group of people. And now with that, instead of having to hit tens of thousands of views to get people interested in my product, I can just speak to a very specific group of people who are already going to be interested and then share my product with them, meaning I can get a larger result from lower viewership and less effort. It's really the best of both worlds. So if you want to get started, here's what you need to do. Start by just generally figuring out what skills you have that you want to teach other people. And then step 2, get a lot more specific. Who is the audience you're speaking to? What problems do they have? And how are you helping them to solve those problems? Step 3, you're gonna wanna post educational videos for those specific people and tell your story to build up trust. Just keep posting valuable content, sharing information, and putting your work, your thoughts, your ideas out into the world to attract people in who resonate with them. And then in terms of the logistics, I recommend you start with one-on-one coaching where you work individually with people to help them as you're growing your YouTube channel and as you're building up your leads. And over time, once you have a lot of people looking for that one-on-one coaching, you can pivot to group coaching sessions to speak to multiple people all at the same time. I just love online coaching. It's my favorite business model, and that's why I do it. By the way, I wanted to let you know that I put together a free 1-hour course showing you every single step you need to take to go from $0 to $5,000 a month and take your YouTube channel full time. Like I said, completely free, linked down below in the description. But for number 2, we have brand partnerships. This business model is a really popular one. I'm sure you've seen creators doing this before because, I don't know, everyone does this. But over the last few years, this business model has actually shifted a lot, and there's many ways you can make money with brand partnerships that aren't just sponsored segments in videos. Real quick, here's how it works just in case. You create content promoting brands, whether in your own videos or for the brands themselves, and in exchange, the brands pay you for that work. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's an ad model that's been working for decades at this point. But more practically, this can look like dedicated videos on your channel that brands will pay for. It can look like sponsored segments or integrations into your videos, and it can also look like user-generated content where you create content that the brands post that never hits your social feeds. The reason that this business model works so well, and it's the largest one on YouTube, is because brands always want to try and reach more people in their target audience and target market. But it's damn hard to reach people when you have corporate approvals, you have corporate voice, you have to find someone in the corporation to make videos and suddenly get them to be comfortable on camera. It's difficult. So instead of trying to have someone to fill that spot, what brands will do is they'll pay people who are already authorities or trusted within the space to create natural, organic content for them, promoting their product to the group of people who are already in their target market. If you haven't already noticed, the leverage point here isn't views, it's trust and authenticity, which of course checks off our second box, but even better than that, with UGC, you can make money from day one. In the past, sponsorships were really hard to land because you needed to have a large number of views on your channel before you could reach out to those brands. UGC flips that on its head because anyone, even if they have 0 followers, can create content for those brands as long as they know how to make a video. How do you make this successful and profitable for you though? Well, for most creators who try this, they fail because their audience isn't specific enough. And so brands can't really connect to that audience and easily associate it with revenue. On my main channel, I used to make such random videos, man. And so when I would actually try to get sponsors on that channel, no one really cared because my audience was all over the place. I've since fixed that and I'm working on rebuilding my channel around a new niche, but I couldn't really build this business model around that channel without that specific audience. Same sort of thing I mentioned with the first one. So again, your goal is to build around a specific audience or maybe even a specific market. The more specific you are, the more trust and authority you have in the space, which will make it easier for you to land those brand deals. It could be literally anything though. Keep that in mind. Like you could review saunas, you could make videos about home tech products, anything. As long as it's specific enough that you can sell it to brands, it works. The reason that this works so well is because if you look at a channel with a very broad audience, let's say you're bringing in 10, 20, 30, 40,000 views per video on a really broad topic, it's hard for sponsors to justify paying for that because they don't know who's in your audience and they don't see the alignment. But if you have a very specific audience, let's say it's around like ice fishing products or something like that, and you have 500 to 1,000 views per video, the thing is, people who make ice fishing products can see that justification for paying you money because those 500 to 1,000 people are definitely people who are going to buy their products. You can bring down the minimum bar to get sponsors, making it easier for you to turn this into a profitable business model. So 2 boxes checked off. What about scalability? I'll leave it at this. I've seen 6-figure brand deals from different brands on the different channels that I've worked with, and I guarantee that as you scale, the rates you can charge for brand deals, for placements in your content, and even for UGC content will continue to go up. The more videos you make, the more trust and authority you have, the more you can charge. So for you to get started with brand partnerships, here's what you need to do. Start by creating your channel, yet again, around a very specific audience or niche. Could be a market, could be products, could be a skill that you already have. And then you want to start creating evergreen videos, which can be reviews, they can be lists, they can be educational content walking through different strategies you have. Start by building up a backlog of content that positions you as an authority in the space that your audience will trust. And once you have a library of videos, I recommend putting together a guide that walks through the vision behind your channel, what sponsoring your content would look like, and the different pathways to work with you. This can be through, again, UGC content, in-video placements, and even dedicated videos on your channel. It's typically easier to justify those UGC videos early on, but if you can find some way to make a guarantee for the brands you're working with, they'll typically do integrations and dedicated videos as well. Start building up relationships with brands in your space and just reaching out to them to see if they're interested. Even if they don't work with you now, they will work with you down the line. So stay patient, build those relationships over time, and don't try to chase a quick buck. More traction you get, more contacts will reach out to you, and the more you can scale this business model. For business model number 3, we have affiliate marketing. In my opinion, this is one of the most underrated ways to make money on YouTube this year, and it's one that I don't see people doing enough. Affiliate marketing works a little something like this. You make a video around a product, or you talk about a product in a video where it's relevant, and you guide people to a custom link to that product in your description. Once someone uses that link and they go on to buy the product, you get a commission or a cut of that sale as revenue. The reason that this works is because you're promoting the product for a brand. So them giving you a cut or a commission is ultimately what they probably would have spent on customer acquisition costs anyways. The reason why this is so underrated and why I love this business model so much is because you can make money from your first video super easily. All you have to do is talk about a product and have an affiliate link. But beyond that, because you're earning a commission from every sale, as you start to scale, your earnings will scale too. They're uncapped, unlike with sponsorships where you earn a flat rate no matter how many views you bring in. So whether you're getting 2,000 views or 2 million views, you can get commissions off of those views and off of people buying products. Now, affiliate marketing tends to thrive with two different types of content. There's pure education videos and reviews. So to give you an example of the educational guides approach, we have Brian's channel. I worked with Brian for a few years, and part of our strategy with the content was to talk about specific services, specific products in our guides and include affiliate links. So for example, if we take like this video, how to invest in crypto, you're going to need a crypto exchange to trade crypto. So we'd talk about a specific exchange and include an affiliate link in the description. Typically, if someone's learning a new skill, they're going to want the tools to do that. And a lot of the time these tools can be free, but they'll still give you a commission for bringing in that customer. So that's where affiliates really thrive, is when you can educate someone on a topic and show them the best tools and then get a commission off of the tools that you already use. What's even more effective than that is this method, where you make videos about specific products and include affiliate links to those products in your description. If we take this as an example, this video is built around reviewing Robinhood. People who are going to watch this video were probably already thinking about signing up to Robinhood. So when they watch this video and they see the affiliate link in the description, it's easy for them to click this link because they get an added incentive of a free stock for signing up with Robinhood, right? And they were already likely to sign up. So everyone who's watching this video is very likely to click on your affiliate link. This one checks off all three boxes pretty much right away. It's super scalable. It's super easy to start, and the potential earnings are completely irrelevant from views. Has everything to do with just targeting the right audience. And I've seen creators making tens of thousands of dollars with affiliate marketing, and they're not even bringing in that many views. So specific is best in this case, and really with every other business model as well. To get started with affiliate marketing, you're again going to want to pick a very specific audience or target for your videos. It can be educational guides or it can be reviews, but pick a specific market or audience to serve with your videos. If you're making reviews, pick specific products. And if you're making educational guides, make general videos to get people started and share tools in those educational guides thoroughly, walking through the platform to get those affiliate conversions. Now, to get those affiliate links, you're going to want to pick a platform. Amazon Associates is one of the most popular platforms that people use. The only issue is that with this, you earn up to 10% commissions, which almost no products earn you 10% commissions. Most of it's like 1 to 2%. And typically the products aren't really worth that much. So if you're selling a $40 product with a 1% commission, you're making $4. No, that's not true. You're making 40 cents, I think it is, from every sale of that product. So instead, I'd find affiliate links from platforms like Impact or PartnerStack. What they do is they centralize a bunch of different brands into one platform, allowing you to get affiliate links for multiple different products, multiple different services, without having to go and look on the individual pages. From there, with each of your videos, as you're creating these reviews or these educational guides, you want to make sure that your affiliate links are at the top of your description. You don't overdo your affiliate links. As long as someone has one link to click, they're very likely to click. Once you start adding 2, 3, 4, the more links you add, the more unlikely someone is to click. And again, your goal with this is just to build up trust and authority and be very transparent about what you think about the products. Don't oversell them. Don't try too hard to get people to click your links. Just mention that there's affiliate links, mention that it supports you and your channel. Don't go too crazy with it. And last note, if you live in the US, you are going to have some disclosures in your description. This is required by US law, so make sure that you're doing that as well. Love affiliate marketing, super strong recommend on this one. Which leads us to number 4, online courses. So this business model is very similar to online coaching, but instead of doing one-on-one or group calls, you're going to pre-record the lessons and teachings and sell them as a course. Online courses are nothing new. We've seen these on platforms like Skillshare and Masterclass for years, and there's millions of courses out there. Now, as soon as I bring up online courses, there's always going to be a certain percentage of people who kind of shy away because they kind of have a bad reputation. A lot of people think online courses are scams, but I want to clarify something really important here. Even though there is a lot of people who sell courses that aren't that valuable, and there's a lot of scam courses out there, it doesn't mean that online courses as a whole are not valuable. Think about it like this. Every year, there's millions of people who pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to go to top universities and colleges around the world. But for a lot of people, they're not trying to get a degree or learn this massive skill set. They just want to learn how to do one thing. And online courses can be a really valuable way for people to learn that. It's also a lot more affordable than universities. So with this business model, it's going to be really important that we target a very specific buyer with a very specific value. We want to make sure we're providing as much as we can and making the highest quality course possible. Doesn't mean camera quality, doesn't mean length, that means the most value possible. The reason that these are so valuable is because similar to online coaching, you can make money from online courses from day one. You can put out a course, make a video promoting it, and make a sale from your first video. But beyond that, it's really nice because you can scale this infinitely. But for you to not depend on volume and viewership, it's important again to pick that right audience. Also to make sure you have the right level of trust to sell that course. Too often I see courses out there, like specifically in my space, for example, of people teaching you how to do YouTube. But what does do YouTube mean when there's channels like this out there where my goal is to get maybe 500 to 1,000 views per video? Then there's other channels out there who are trying to hit 100 million views per video like Mr. Beast. Doing YouTube is very broad. So instead, it's way easier to compete on a very specific topic, a specific skill set. So to start this one, it's actually a little different from everything else we've looked at so far because there's a lot of upfront work. I'm going to give you 2 pathways to get started here, and you pick which one's best for you. First things first, of course, you're going to create content for a specific audience of people. There's a consistent theme here, every single one. That's your starting point. As you're creating this content, you want to learn more about your audience. You want to figure out what problems resonate the most, what solutions resonate the most, what is most valuable for people, what questions people are asking, and take note of all of that. Really understand your viewers. And this is where your pathway can come in 2 different ways. You can start building your course, or you can start doing one-on-one or group coaching sessions to figure out what's most valuable for your audience. I've seen a lot of people who start with group coaching or one-on-one coaching who then eventually sell a course later on because they see that their audience has a lot of the similar issues. They're all kind of running into the same problems. So instead of, trying to just figure it out from day one-on-one and group coaching allows you to really understand what's most valuable in a paid product for your community. Either way, it's going to take time for you to build your course. So I recommend that as you are building your course, you find other ways to monetize your channel earlier on. And remember that with your online course, most courses don't engage people for long enough to get them to finish. You want people to have high completion rates. You want people to go through the entire thing. Really easy way to do that is with a community add-on, or as an alternative by building something on School, which is really centered around that community, but you can then expand that online course into something a bit bigger. Instead of it being a one-time fee, it's a monthly membership where people can learn that skill and then also have a community of other people learning with them. I think that School and WAP and other platforms like that are very similar to online courses, but the value is shared a little bit differently. And ultimately, from what I've seen, I think that School and WAP communities can actually have higher completion rates in the courses because there's a lot of touch points where you re-engage someone through live streams, through one-on-one calls, through whatever you offer in that School or WAP community that allows them to come back to the course and keep learning, to keep going. Bottom line here is that with online courses, there is going to be a bit of experimentation in what your format looks like. So don't rush to try and figure it out from day one. Pick whatever pathway feels the most valuable and the most relevant to you and go with that. As your business evolves naturally, continue to evolve your format as well. Which leads us to the final one, number 5, templates and tools. All right, so this one is one that I'm sure you've seen before. Basically, you're selling templates to people to help them speed up their workflow or speed up their progress. But there's a method or like an add-on to this business model that I personally love that a lot of people overlook. But before we get into that, what does this actually look like for your channel? Let's say you run a video editing channel where you're teaching people how to edit videos and become video editors, right? What you could do is offer templates to help people get a jump start and get going. Take, for example, this creator here who creates content, again, showing people how to edit videos for creators. And he has a link here to a set of templates. It's actually a package of templates that people can buy on his website. Templates are super valuable because depending on what you do, they can give your audience a huge jumpstart in building a skill or in completing some sort of task or skill progression. Really, depending on your niche, there's so many different types of templates you can sell. You can sell resume templates, you could sell budget templates, you could sell Notion templates, editing templates, even templates on how to design your bedroom. I don't know, just all kinds of different templates. Now, that secret method, that nice add-on that I was mentioning that made me really like this business model is that you can have different levels or layers for your different pools of audiences. So for example, you could sell a small basic beginner template for like, let's say $29. Then you have a more advanced template package with all of the templates you use to become a professional. Maybe that's $299. And then at the top tier for like $2,000, you can sell custom templates for whatever people need, where you, I don't know, let's say Notion, for example, you have a basic Notion template, a whole Notion suite, and then whatever Notion organization you need, you sell for that top tier price value. The reason that this works so well is because, coming back to our 3 criteria, you can sell templates from day one as long as you're teaching a skill to people. And it's infinitely scalable because there's different tiers you can offer to your audience. But most important of all, if you're educating someone on something and showing off the templates you've already built and showing that they already work, it's not about getting views, it's about showing the success of your product and showing results. Which honestly, like if you wanted to make $1,000 per 1,000 views, you could probably do that if you make hyper-specific guide videos and you show that these templates work. So to get started with this business model, what you have to do is start by figuring out what your most valuable templates are and putting them together in a big package. And then you want to create educational content showing people how to do something, how to build up a skill, and use your templates as a springboard for them to advance their skills faster. Remember, templates are like a shortcut for people to build skills a lot faster. If you're a video editor and you want to look more professional, easy way to do that is by buying templates from someone who's already done it and already makes high quality videos. In your content, make a mention every time you talk about the template that it's linked down in the description. Doesn't have to be a hard sell. You definitely don't need to convince people if you show that these things work. So just mention it's down there, you can buy it, and that will get people converting. Over time, you can offer more of those tiers. You can have that lower ticket offer. You can have the high ticket, custom offer. But to start with, I just have one offer, one link, keep it simple. And that's templates, and that's the 5 profitable business models. But how do you pick which one's best for you? So my camera cut out while I was recording, but the last step is to really figure out which one of these business models is going to be best for you. And unfortunately, there's no secret formula. It's really picking whatever feels the best for your channel. The truth is, there's so many different ways that you can make money on YouTube, and there's no right way or wrong way. It's really about picking one that will allow you to turn your viewers into buyers, to funnel them into the products that you have and effectively convert them. That could be through sponsorships. That could be through online coaching. There's such a wide variety of ways to do this that the options are really infinite. Really, what's more important than anything else is making sure that your content appeals to the audience that you want to speak to, and that you stick with a product offer for long enough to see how you can engage your viewers, how you can get them to convert, and how you can understand what problems they need solved. There's no right answer. There's no one-size-fits-all option. It's about experimenting, testing, seeing what works, what doesn't, and continuing to evolve. So don't overthink it. Pick what makes the most sense for you and your audience and keep expanding from there. All right, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more. I have a lot of great videos coming soon. And if you want to see more, check out this video right here where I tell you why most creators never make any money. See you soon.